Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to cross set. Let's see, where are we? We are at 6-6, let's begin. Alright, well this probably will be a pretty easy one if we can see. Let's see. Like, all I would need to do is look for a 2 or 7. This 7 eliminates this, making that 6. Now, if we could, 2 and 6 makes us 4, and we need a 5, right? And there's only one 5, which now we need an 8, and that makes that 8. And so we have a 3 we can't do here, and a 2 can't do there, making that 1, making that 3. Good. So 2 and 7, 2 here, 7 here makes that 8. Let's see, 6 isn't right, 2 or 5 might be right, 4 and 8 makes a 7. Let's see, this could be 1 or 2, this could be 8, could be 4, could be 1. And this could be not, could be 3, no, could be 5 or 8. Okay, so not as quickly to solve this next row. We need a 2, and there could be a 2 here or here. We need a 4, and there can be a 4 only here. Yep. We need a 5, there could be a 5 here, or here. We need, that's it, it's just 5, because we already have 6, 7, and 8. Moving back downward, we need a 2, and there can be a 2 here, and a 2 there, so yeah, didn't solve anymore. On that 3 and 1, we don't know. 1 and 8, we don't know. 5 isn't right because of that. 6 might be right, 2 might be right. 4 makes this a 2. So now we have 2 and 5 eliminated, making this 6. 4 eliminates this, making that 7. And so 7 here, 7 there. 1 still a possibility, and 8 still a possibility. Now we need a 1. This can't be 1 because of this, so that's 8. So there could be a 1 here and a 1 here, and then we need a 3, which that has to be 3 since that isn't, which makes that 1. Good. Moving forward, 4 and 1 is still a valid, well, nope, this 4 makes that 1. 6 here makes that a 7. Let's see, 5 can't be true. 3 can be true. 4 can't be true. So that's 3. 6, 8, or 4. Well, it can't be 4. It could be 6 or 8. And we do need an 8. And there's only one 8 here, so we'll make that 8. This 1 eliminates that, making that 2. And then I think we need a 6, and there's a 2 and a 5 already eliminated. Good. It's kind of early in the day for me. I'm kind of going in these weird cycles with this game in particular. It's like I'll start off a little early, not totally woken up, and then I'll play for a few hours and then end up so mentally exhausted and tired that well, not as much physically tired as just mentally drained, because it takes so much brain processing power. And I guess that's a little weird. I bet most people can't recognize that in themselves, but for me it's pretty obvious that when I just can't think straight anymore. 3 and 7 eliminate that, making that 5, which makes that 2. This 4 can't be because of that one. This 6 can't be because of that one. That makes that 7. Let's see. I think we need a 1. And there's only 1 left. And then so 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 4. And there's no more 4s. And it's not 6. And it's not 5, so it has to be 8. See, and I really feel like I probably could have done this puzzle a little bit faster. Let's see, is it 5 we actually need in this column? Yes. Alright, 6 is no good. And then 3 is way up there, so that makes that 4. Wow! And everything else in that row was just by default there. I didn't click on any of these. I know for a fact I did not click on any of these. And yet they were just by random circumstances there. And what's interesting is this one's white while everything else is yellow. And I just don't know why it does that sometimes. What does that mean? A different color. It doesn't mean anything, I'm sure. I'm sure it's just some weird, badly programmed glitch in the Unity programming. And so you're left with this disappointment where I didn't even get to consider some of these solutions, let alone just because they were there by default. Imagine if you had a 9x9 and there was one single thing to click, and you click that one thing just at random and it solves the whole thing. You'd feel so gypped. It would just be like, oh, they're just padding this out. Well, moving on. This one will probably prove itself to be a little bit more difficult. Since this is all 9s, all I really need to do is look for any 2s that just have 9s on them and bump anything else that has a 9 on it. So any square with 2 options, with one of the 2 options being a 9, can be eliminated because there's already set. And I think I have done all of them. And so that got me just a couple places to start looking for other things, which is fine. So now we're looking for 7 and 9 here. 7 gets bumped, and then 7 and 9 here, which that doesn't do anything, so we'll come over here on this row and this column. We're looking for 5 and 9 now. 5 makes that 3. 3 makes that 4. 4 makes this 7. 7 and 3 makes this 2. 2 makes this 1. 1 and 4 makes this 6. And there should be one. We've missed something here. Because I have a 2, a 3, it's 8. That's it. Yep. Forgot the number 8 there for a second. So that's a great point to start. Now, this 8 makes this 1. And then, let's see. An 8. I don't think I can do anything more with that column. Interesting. 5 and 9 on this one. Bump that. Nothing there. 7 and 9 here. Can't do anything there. 3 and 9. 3 makes this 8, so Does that help anything else? No. 6 and 9. Nope. 2 and 9. Nope. 9 alone. We'll just go ahead and do this one. Even though I think we've already looked at that one. 9, 4, and 7. Let's see. 4 is wrong, and 7 is wrong, which makes us 6. So that helps a little bit, but I don't think it moves it any further. And 9 and 1. There we go. So then the next place to do would be to do, since we just did all the columns, let's do the rows and start down here with one we had. So we had a 9 and an 8 difference there, and nothing there. Go ahead and skip these two because there's nothing new. No changes have been made there. We have a 9 and 6 on this, and that doesn't help. And we have a 9 and 7 on this one. Nothing else there. And then we'll skip this one and this one and look up here. We have a 1 and 9. That's odd. That's very odd. Because I didn't make any improvement there, so maybe I should just go down this column and use the old system. Just see, we need a 1 in this, and I bet there's only 1 1. Yep. Now we need a 2. There's a 2 here and a 2 here, and a 2 there, and we need a 3, and there's a 3 here and a 3 there. And then we need a 5, and there's a 5 there, and a 5 there, and then we need an 8. And there's an 8 there and an 8 there. So that didn't help too much. This just made this 1, but this 1 now makes that 5, which, okay. And so 1, 5, and 9. We need a 2 on this row, and there might be a 2 here, there might be 2 there. We need a 3, there's a potential 3 here, potential 3 there. We need a 4, there's a 4 here, and a 4 here. We need a 6, there's a 6 here, 6 there. We need a 7, which there's a 7 here, 7 there, and we need an 8, which there's an 8 here, and nowhere else. Interesting. And see, I could go back and look at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and all of that, but the only one that's actually been affected is 3. And there's still an opportunity for 3 to be here, and an opportunity for 3 to be here. So let's just move to the next column. I'll have that. Rotate 90 degrees. So we have an 8, a 6, and a 9. If I had an 8, a 7, and a 9, this would be 5. On this column we need a 1. We have multiple 1 options. We need a 2, and we may only have one 2 option. Yes, we only have one 2 option. We need a 3, and we have multiple 3 options. Then a 4. Believe there's only one 4 option. Once we lock down these things, it helps us find the other things. We need a 5, And it looks like there's only one 5 option. And then 6. Then we need a 7. There could be a 7 here, and there could be a 7 here, or a 7 here. But then we need, going backwards, we need a 6, 5, 4, 3, and still 3 options there. So one of these is going to be 1 though, because we don't have a 1, and there's only one option. So 7 or 3 here, 7 or 3 here. And that helps. Now we have a 9 and a 1 here. Does that help with anything? Not really. Like, let's see. 7s. We have multiple 7s there. And multiple 2s. And do we have multiple 3s? Nope. And then 4s. There's a 4 here and a 4 here. And then, let's see, another 4 there. 5s. There's a 5 here and a 5 there. 6s. And then 7s. And then 8s. Alright, so there's an 8 there. And see, that 8 eliminates a 4, but there's still multiple 4 options, so that tells me we're done with this. So, next way. Kind of have lost my prioritization here. It's either this column or this column, and then I guess we'll just start with this column and then do this column, and hopefully make some differences. So we have a 9, a 3, and a 1. We need a 2. There's a 2 here and a 2 there. We need a 4. There's a 4 maybe just here. Yes. Alright, we need a 5. There's a 5 here. And there can't be a 5 here. So this 5 actually makes that 8, which makes that bump, and makes that bump, and makes that 6, which makes that 2, which bumps that to 7, I believe, because 9, 3, and 6 eliminate everything else. Good. And what should I do now? Should I do this column or should I start going down these rows? Let's just do this column and see if it helps. We need a 1 on this column. There's a 1 here and a 1 here. We need a 3 on this column. There's a 3 here and a 3 here. We need a 4 on this column. There's a 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. There can't be a 4 on this row. Actually, there can't be a 4 here either, so that's 1. Which bumps that, making that 5 because of the 1 and the 2. Which, okay. That helps a little bit. So where were we? 6. We can have a 6 here. We can have a 6 here. We need a 7. And there aren't any other 7s. And then we already have 8 and 9. So going backwards, 8, 9, 7, 6. 6 here, 6 here. And then 5. And then 4. Either here or here. And then 3, which tells me that has to be 3. Okay. Now we can start down these rows, I think, and we're in a good position. So here we need a 2. We have multiple 2s. Actually, let's just start down here on this side, because I think I did that relatively recently, trying to save as much time in as much random movements as possible. It's not actual random movements. I'm trying to put logic here. I'm just failing at it. So there's a 2 here and nowhere else. Is that right? Okay, now we need a 3. There's a 3 here. There could be 3, and there's a 3 here that could be 3. Also, we needed a 1, and there's a 1 there and a 1 there. Okay, and then 4 and 5 could be can't be a 5 here because of this one here. So this has to be 5. And then 6 is the last one, and there's only 1 6, which now gets us to 7 and 8 and 9, which is already done. And that puts us back down to 3 and 1. We need a 3 and we need a 1 when we only have one option that does that and that. I am noticing that the mouse sensitivity on this needs to be adjusted a little bit. I'm making more movement on my mouse than I would like to get all the way up and down the screen. That's not something that by default I change in Windows, and so and I don't notice that a lot as an issue. In fact, this may be the very first time ever I have noticed a game where the mouse sensitivity was too insensitive, too slow. Usually I've noticed it on like controller sensitivity recently on a different game where the camera was actually too slow, but it was on a Xbox 360 gamepad, not a actual mouse. And when I'm browsing or doing normal things on the computer, that's never really an issue. But here I want to make the smallest amount of movements as possible because there's so many of them that would be a nice feature for them to add. So I need a 3 in this row. And if I'm correct, there's only 1 3. I need a 5 in this row, and if I'm correct, there's only 1 5. 2's not any good, 4's not any good, so this is, and 9's not any good, so that's 7. 9, 4, 2 over here. Let's see. So now this is 6 and 4, and we need an 8. Wait a minute. How is this gonna work? Well, 4 is no good, so this is 6. And then 6 makes that 8. Okay. Just reading the whole line when it's a 9 long is a little too much. It really is. This 2 makes that 8. Which also tells me that this is probably 5. Let's go ahead and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. We need a 1 in this row, and there's only 1 1. We need a 2. No. Do we need a 3? Yes. Do we need a 4? Yes. And we don't need a 5. We don't need a 6, but we do need a 7, which makes us, so this is 3 and 4 between these two, and we won't be able to find that out. This 8 toggles that, making that 7. We need a 1 in this next row, which that has to be 1 then, and then we need a 2. Oh no, did I make a mistake? I think I made a mistake. There's no 2. Oh, well, It's because this should be 2. And then this should be 1. I should have seen this one. Okay. Tiny little mistake there, but far too early in the day to be making these mistakes. So let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Need a 1 here. There can't be a 1 here. There can't be a 1 here. And so no 1, no 1, no 1. There's a 1, 1, 1. Yeah. Eliminating all of those, making that 1. And then we need a 2. And there could be a 2 here. And there could be a 2 here. And there could be a 2 there. So we're not going to be able to figure that out yet. We need a 3. And there can be a 3 here. Let's see, 3. Next is a 4. Let's see, 4. Well, is that right? Man, I'm just sitting here going silent. I'm like, oh, come on, brain, work. I need to stand up and do some jumping jacks or something. Let's see. I guess it's only fair to say anytime I say that phrase, I'm exaggerating. I'm far too lazy to actually do it. Let's see. We need a 6, and there's only 1 6. And then 8. And there's only 1 8, which makes that 2. Let's see. 7, 9, and the 1 are all excluded, making that 2. And then we need a 4. Could be a 4 here, could be a 4 there. But the 9 and the 1 here actually make that 4, which makes that 6. And then that means this is 3. Next. 6 and 7. 7 excludes that to make that 6. 5, 6, 2. There's a 6 and a 2 here, making that 5. 2 is here. So that's 4. So that's 7. So this is 9. What? I see a 5 here. No, this is 2. Yeah, 5 and 9 are both here, not the 2. And 5 and 9 are here. We'll just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I made some mistakes were made there. 2 makes this 3, which also then makes this 4, which also then makes this 3. So that clears that, and any click up to this point might just solve the puzzle. Like this 6 is a 6 because of that. 9 and 3 make this 7. So those 2 I didn't have to change. This 6 becomes a 4. And that one I did have to change. Then, let's see, this 3 I think has to be a 2. And so, not 7, I believe 8. That's it. And see, we are just going into the big one next time. And I'm really not ready for 6-8. Really not ready. Let's look at it. Yep, it's going to be a 9x9 with no real help. It doesn't look like it's incredibly difficult though. We may be able to get a little bit of progress on it just by finding a good place to start, because a lot of them are just 2 option boxes, and so it may require us to look at a lot of things before we get our first match, but otherwise things may fall into place. And then we've got 7 unlocked, and so once we do 6, 8, we'll probably breeze. Well, it probably won't take us too long to do the first few 7s, and then I wouldn't imagine if 7.6, 7.7, and 7.8 are very difficult, and then maybe they'll really step up the challenge on chapter 8, level 8. It doesn't, like, I don't understand why they're calling them levels, because logically a level is like a in video games, a level is its own separate thing. It's not like a level on a building where you might have 1 floor 7 and then 8 rooms or 8 separate businesses on that floor. It's no, level 8 is its own separate thing, and I don't know what you call the dashes then, because the only logical thing I could say is this is level 7 sub level 1, and see, that is just a mouthful and not within standard video game parlance. So in my mind, I would have called these chapters or episodes even. That they're pretty popular with calling things episodes in episodic gaming, so that would be another way to do it. Or group would be another term, but level itself doesn't make any sense. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.